My name is Vladimir, and I welcome you to the Two Wars channel. In this video, I will tell you why an experienced general could have been executed in the midst of the war, why it was done, and why this case is unique in the history of the USSR. Make yourself comfortable and let's get started. On the eve of the Great Patriotic War, the repressions did not cease. Dozens of outstanding commanders who could have helped the Red Army in the fight against the Wehrmacht were arrested on false charges. Among them was Grigory Mikhailovich Stern. It is about him that we will talk in this video. Grigory Mikhailovich Stern was one of those commanders who were highly respected among the soldiers. He was born in 1900. After graduating from the Kiev Gymnasium, joined the Bolsheviks, he was a participant in the underground movement. In 1919, he joined the Red Army. He became a member of the RCPB. In the Civil War, he fought on the Southern Front and held various command positions. He actively participated in the fight against the Basmachi in Turkestan, and in 1926, Stern graduated from the higher command courses at the Frunze Military Academy. In January 1937, Grigory Mikhailovich Stern worked as an advisor in Spain. Next year, he moved to the Far Eastern District and commanded an army. He distinguished himself in the battles at Khakin Jeol and Lake Khasan. He proved to be a competent commander, not inferior to Zhukov. For his bravery in the Far East, Stern was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. During the war, he led the 8th Army. In January 1941, Stern was led the main Directorate of Air Defense Forces. He ended his military career. In mid-May 1941, air defense miscalculations allowed a German plane from Białystok to reach the capital of the USSR. This fact caused great indignation in the Kremlin. During investigation, Stern and other high-ranking officials from the Air Force and Air Defense were arrested. During the search of his apartment, books, manuscripts, and numerous various documents were seized. The arrest warrant contained the following wording:
for conducting active and deliberate enemy work within the ranks of the Red Army over a number of years.
During the investigation, Stern confessed to participating in a conspiracy against the command of the Red Army.
In 1941, I witnessed the beatings of those arrested by Vladimir. Merkulov and Kabulov also participated in the beating of Stern, recalled investigator Semenov.
The necessity of execution was outlined in the indictment, which was prepared by the NKVD USSR investigator Vladimirsky on October 17th. The final decision in the fate of Colonel General Stern was made by Beria, who personally signed the order for his execution.
Although Stern was subjected to violence to obtain the necessary testimony, he did not testify against other military leaders and letters. He did not write to Stalin, and what he admitted as his guilt, he later found the courage and bravery to deny. Vladimir Sky will write later.
It is noteworthy that the court did not issue any verdict in this case. This was the only instance where the execution of such high-ranking individuals was carried out without a trial. The basis for this was an order issued by the head of the NKVD of the USSR, Beria. Such actions simply could not have been carried out without Stalin's approval. Beria mentioned this during the interrogation. On October 28th, Stern was executed, and 13 years later, in 1954, he was rehabilitated, with his ranks and awards restored. But before I tell you about the real reason for Stern's elimination, I ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Besides the official version in the accusation, there is also an alternative version, the true reason for the arrest of the general. Many historians believe that the reason could have been Stern's statements against the mass repressions in the Red Army, which were orchestrated by Stalin shortly before the Wehrmacht's invasion of the USSR.
Alongside the liquidation and cleansing of the army ranks and the then front from enemies of the people, a huge number of commanders who were completely loyal to our Lenin-Stalin party and the Soviet homeland were unlawfully dismissed from the army ranks, contrary to all orders and directives. In these conditions, elements of distrust emerged among the soldiers. Stern wrote to our command staff in letters to Stalin.
Stern often criticized the schemes of the Trotskyists in the Red Army. His testimony was recorded in the interrogation protocol.
In conversations with my fellow officers, especially with Lieutenant General Rychigov and Lieutenant General Smashkevich, I expressed my outrage at the facts of the unjustified arrests in 1937 and 1938.
Additionally, there is a version that Stern participated in the investigation of Kirov's murder. In any case, one of the main reasons for the military failures in the early period of the Great Patriotic War was precisely the lack of experienced officers and generals, and the repressions against talented officers and the search for Trotskyists only played into the hands of the Third Reich. What do you think? Why was Stern really executed? Write your opinion, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. All of this will help promote it.